Hello guys, how are you today? My name is Olumayowa Ipimoye and I'm in your face again. I want to continue the series of identity conspiracy I started last week. And if I may refresh your brain, last week I talked about how your identity matters as to who you are determines what is accrued to your account. I used the example of a senator, and that it's because he's senator, he has a seat in the Senate, and then he has some allowances going into this account. So that same way, continue from there from last week. That same way, life is going to ask you questions. Okay, let me just back up a little bit. You walk in NPC Abuja Central area. You know how that long queue is. It's not just because you want to queue, it's because you need to be accessed if you have an identity that can give you permission into that premises. So there are some identity that gives that is tagged visitor. So there are limited places you can get to in NNPC Abuja. There are some IDs of the employees of an NPC. They can access everywhere because don't forget, if it's a high-tech company, organization like that in NPC, it's also a smart card that once you touch your card with the door, it opens. That's the way life is. That's when, if you don't have an identity, there are some places you can't enter. You are limited. Because every time, every phase, every level of your life, universe is asking you, who are you? So I know how to take care of you because it has a place for everybody. You tell life, I'm a billionaire. Say, okay, wait, let me give you the curriculum for billionaires. Are you ready to go through the steps? And it start teaching you that the more you pass your exams, don't forget, life is about tests and exams, then you're going to go in life. Identity. That is very simple. So if you don't know who you are, and life is asking you, who are you? Say, wait, it's okay. Next, he answers it, then he attends to the next person. And then, Mr. Young Man, who did you say you are? Say, wait, I never. Then he said, somebody else. And that's how people lose time. People lose time. Some call it opportunity. But what life is just asking you is, who are you? You did not prepare for the interview, and the guy just say, do you mind if you just come right now and say something? Because you're not prepared, you said no. Life was asking, who are you? If you knew who you were and you believe in that person that you are, you go for it. Maybe they were not actually looking for your word, maybe they're just looking for, your confidence or anything. Now, let me go to the Bible and try to exonerate God that people have, so to say, just judged for being a wicked God. Why did he send Adam out of the Garden of Eden? After all, he says a loving God, blah, blah, blah. No, that wasn't the case. The access card that permitted Adam to have, dominion, I don't want to use, preachy words. The access card that granted Adam access into Garden of Eden was stripped off. The devil took it from him. I talked about this last week about transference. That when you talk, when you have sex with people, when you give gifts, you are exchanging things also in the spirit. Something leaves me to you, something leaves you to me. And I established that Jesus said the words of the spirit and life. And spirits don't die. Don't forget that. That's why it's not good to say things anyhow. Mind what you say. So Adam had given off his access card into Garden of Eden. So he did not have the identity, the right identity that is required to stay in that Garden of Eden. So automatically, have you been locked out of your office before because you have a query and your boss wants you to see him or her and you have not gone yet? So you get your turn, you put a card here, turn. Then you have to go and see. Until they open you up, you can go. So it's the identity of, and that's how it is. Immediately, devil stole the identity of Adam, and he could not access Garden of Eden again. Then every goodness, every blessing, everything that Adam had in the garden, he lost access to it. He lost access to it. The same thing that is happening to you now is because you don't know who you are. That's where you are losing things, missing opportunity. You see, forget who is running after you. Forget who any witch. Know who you are. Look inside first. Which I used to tell people, walk inside out, not outside in. Let me stop here today. I am SmithOsha. I'll see you again next week. Ciao.